Ebhyo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's session. So thank you for joining on time. Very thankful. So that we can start on time, and basically we can respect everybody's time, because we have allotted some time, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So if everybody comes on time, then we can respect everybody's time, and especially those who come on time. Yes, somebody can start.
Prabhu, the voice is little low, but is it for me only or others? I don't know. You can please check that.
It's okay,
Volume.
Prabhu. It's okay. We are hearing.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it audible now? Is it still low volume, or how it is?
This is better, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes. So somebody can share what we discussed yesterday. Few points. Yeah, Gangaputra bro, you can start. Shri Gangaputra, sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I just told that we are able to hear you properly.
No, I'm saying you can.
Like yesterday we were discussing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like yesterday we began with Gyan and Vigyan. The Gyan refers to matter and spirit, and Vigyan is referred to more like about Lord and spiritual energies. And subsequently we discussed with that is internal energy, external energy, and Tatas Shakti. Antaranga, Bahiranga, and Tatas Shakti.
Yeah.
And like Tatas Shakti and external energy. Bahiranga Shakti refers to again with Gyan, and the internal energy of the Lord refers to Vigyan.
Correct. Yes.
By this way we started it.
Yes. Yeah. That was why we revised the previous thing. Yeah. Okay. Somebody else could share what was discussed after that. This was like till 5th verse of 7th chapter. Yeah. After 5th verse, what was discussed? Yes, Prabhu. Prasanna Gopal Prabhu.
Prabhuji, actually we initially you discussed about the 24 elements.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Prasanna Gopal Prabhu, continue.
Prabhuji, actually 7.8 to 11, you nicely taken us through to make us understand the difference between the source and the essence of all the characteristics, like Lord explained, like how he is like Rasom of Sukaunteya. So it is like a essence. Source. So similarly, Rasa, the taste of the water is like the water is is originated from taste. So that whole thing you again revised, earth, water, air, ether, this Panchamahabhut, how they are, what are the sources for them? Like it started from sound, the ether is coming. So similarly, all the items of from 7.8 shloka to 7.11, different items we segregated between the source, what is source and what is essence.
Yeah, what is source and what is essence? Yeah. So that we discussed. Yeah. Okay. Somebody else who want to share after that what we discussed? So I think that covers till 11th verse. Then 12th verse Krishna summarized. Yeah. So somebody want to share 12th verse? Okay. Jayashri Radha Mataji, would you like to share what was discussed 12th verse?
Prabhuji, you have given example for the goodness, passion, and ignorance. That is which is related to food, people, and place. For example, in goodness, places can be garden or jungle, something like that. In passion, the passion may be sports grounds, something like that. And in ignorance, like slaughterhouses, you mentioned that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then we discussed about 13 and 14 verses. So somebody would like to say what is the next theme, 13th onwards, what we are discussing? Yeah. 13th, what is the starting theme now? Yeah. Yes, please. Bhakti Leela Mataji has raised hand. I can see. Yes, yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
So on 13, you explained that the jivas are deluded by modes of material natures. There we discussed the three types: the living entity, desire, then doer, performing the material natures. Prakriti Kriyamanani, that shloka we have recited and you explained. And then third one is the Lord sanctioning the order. And here we also discuss the jiva has a free will, that he chosen this material inferior energy. And then we took this Brahman, Kshatriya, Shudra, and Vaishya, and their qualities, their affected modes: goodness, passion plus ignorance, and ignorance.
Yeah.
That is in 7.13.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. So somebody like to share 7.14 verse? Yeah, Arun Prabhu, would you like to share 14 shloka?
Yes, sir. Devi Esha Gunmai Mam Maya Durcha. Here. I'm opening this. So here Krishna says about, he is saying about two things. He is giving both the problem and the solution. And like what I have written, like here he is using that Maya, this Maya, Devi Esha Gunmai, that it is used as noun with three adjectives. That is, Devi, it is transcendental, and Gunmai consisting of three modes, which is like the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And Suratya, it is difficult to overcome. But then, because it is like energy of Krishna only, therefore it is powerful. But how can we overcome that? Like the solution is given that when we surrender to Lord, we can get out of it, get out of the clutches of Maya.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we discussed. I think we have to discuss today Prabhupada's purport. So actually, this is a very important verse, this 14th verse. So we are going to read the whole purport and understand, and we'll also give some time for this purport. Yeah. Okay. So anybody has any questions of whatever was discussed till now? If there are any questions, then we can take. Otherwise, we'll go ahead now. 14th verse.
I have one question, Tuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like yesterday, we were discussing that three energies, in which like marginal energy, and we are marginal energy.
Correct.
So my question was like, now marginal energy means like it is not spiritual fully. It can come under Maya. So
Correct.
like when the soul is purified, it goes to spiritual world. Then also is it marginal or it becomes spiritual? Because yesterday I was reading second canto. In one words translation, it is mentioned that like marginal always remains marginal. And in another words, I saw like it was spiritual. So I didn't understand whether the margin it is talking about us only, or what is it exactly talking about, that marginal in spiritual world also remains marginal. It means again, because Krishna says if one comes back, he will never fall down. Then is it like marginal becomes spiritual, or is it like marginal will remain marginal and there are chances? Even I can see that words and then come back with the question.
Yeah, that is best. But I can give in general answer. But if there is some particular verse, then you can quote it later if you are not satisfied with the answer. I think that is okay. So this topic actually it comes in one book called Jaiva Dharma, written by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur writes in that book in chapter number 15. Yeah, chapter number 15. He writes this point that how the Tatastha Shakti of the Lord, when the soul goes back to the spiritual world, it comes under the care of Chit Shakti. Okay, but this detail is not given. Okay, that whether Tata Shakti gets converted to some other Shakti. Okay, but when we read other six Goswamis literature, Sandarbhas, we can understand that actually Tatastha Shakti always remains Tatastha Shakti. Okay, so basically for the energies of the Lord, there are multiple energies, but in general, we understand there are three energies. You can find a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita also and many other places. So Antaranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti. These all must know. Correct. Antaranga Shakti is also called Swarup Shakti of the Lord. So which is internal energy, which never comes under the influence of Maya. Okay. And then there is Bahiranga Shakti, which is Maya itself. Okay. And Tatastha Shakti, the very definition of the word Tatastha is which is at the bank of either water, it will be inside or it will be on the beach. Okay, consider a sea. Sea shore is there. Na? All of us must have been to a sea, correct? Na? Or any river. So, Tata means what in Hindi? Anybody knows Tata? समुद्र के तट पे पता नहीं, पहले कुछ लोगों ने हिंदी के गाने सुने होंगे. Whatever, tata we hear in many poetries also. So tata means which is bank, shore. Astha means what? To be situated. So something is situated at the tata is called tata astha. So it can be either in water, it can be on land. So but Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains there that this living entity can either choose to be in spiritual world or material world. And the six Goswamis they have given in you can read sometime in Preeti Sandarbha it comes actually that this living entities Tata Shakti always remains Tatastha. Okay, even though they go to spiritual world, they will be completely endowed or powered by the Chit Shakti. But they will remain in their constitutional nature of the Tast Shakti. They will not get converted to Shorup Shakti or Antaranga Shakti. Okay, so if you want, I can show you the reference.
Like my question was that only, like if it remains marginal, then is there a chance of falling down again, or like as Krishna promises, it will always remain in spiritual world?
Yeah, Yadgatva na nivartante. 15th chapter says that when one goes back, he will never come back. So the Tata Shakti, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that it is endowed or powered by Chit Shakti. Now it is as good as being like the Chit Shakti or internal energy. It is as good as that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so you can just read this part. Okay, is it visible, my screen?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so read from here. Here.
Rajanath said, one must accept that the Swarupa of the Jiva is not the effect of Maya. I have understood that the Jiva can be conquered by Maya as his nature. Now I ask if the Chit Shakti makes the Jiva have a Tatastha nature.
Okay, so here basically the question is, he has understood the concept that Jiva is not the effect of Maya, means it is not the product of Maya. Jiva is spiritual, right? It is part and parcel of the Swarup Shakti of the Lord. This he has understood. Now he is asking, Jiva is, another thing is saying, I have understood that being minute in nature, it can be conquered by Maya. Correct? That's what we are discussing. That Devi hiya shagunamai mama Maya duratya. Or in this previous verse, Tribhir gunamai bhave sarvavidam jagat. Mohitam. He can become Mohita. Now his question is, if the Chit Shakti, which is Swarup Shakti, internal energy, makes the Jiva have a Tatastha nature, is it because of Chit Shakti which is doing it? Yeah, read the answer.
Babaji said, no, the Chit Shakti is Krishna complete Shakti. Everything that it manifests is eternally perfect, Nitya Siddha. The Jiva is not Nitya Siddha. By sadhana, the Jiva becomes sadhana Siddha and enjoys bliss like a Nitya Siddha. Radha's four types of Sakhis are Nitya Siddhas and are Kaya view of Radha, the Swarup of Chit Shakti. The Jivas arise from Jiva Shakti. Chit Shakti is Krishna's complete Shakti. The Jiva Shakti is Krishna's incomplete Shakti.
Okay. So what is being said here? There is a differentiation made between Chit Shakti, which is internal energy, and Tatastha Shakti, that is Jiva Shakti. So he is saying no. Answer is Chit Shakti is Krishna's complete Shakti. Okay. So it cannot produce anything incomplete. Jiva is incomplete, right? Why incomplete? Because it can come under the Maya. Okay. So everything that it refers to what here? Chit Shakti. Everything it manifests is eternally perfect, Nitya Siddha. Means it can never come under Maya. That's what. So Jiva is not Nitya Siddha. Okay. Means Jiva is not made up of Chit Shakti. Okay. So like that. So he is saying by sadhana, Jiva becomes sadhana Siddha. Okay. This word is sadhana Siddha. So sadhakas do sadhana and then they go to spiritual world and enjoys bliss like a Nitya Siddha. So this is the point. After he goes back, he will enjoy bliss like the Nitya Siddha. And then example is given of Chit Shakti, Radharani, and then expansions of her like Lalita Vishakha, all are Chit Shakti. Okay, and then he is contrasting that, yeah, actually the Jivas, they arise from Jiva Shakti. Okay, so that is incomplete Shakti, whereas Chit Shakti is complete. Okay, so yeah, read this next line.
That is complete Shakti arise all perfect Tattva.
Yeah,
From
Chit Shakti.
the incomplete Shakti arise the Jivas who are particles of consciousness.
Yeah, so they are arise. Jiva Shakti is part of, Jiva is part of Jiva Shakti, not Chit Shakti. So they are both spiritual. Chit Shakti also is spiritual, Jiva Shakti also is spiritual. Chit Shakti can never be controlled by Maya. Jiva Shakti, being minute, can be controlled by Maya. Okay, that is the difference. Both are spiritual.
Understood.
Okay, this is clear, na?
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji.
Yeah, so the last part of it. Yeah, read this paragraph.
All these jivas are inclined to Maya as long as they do not take shelter of Ladini Shakti, of the Chit Shakti. By the mercy of the Lord, they can be defeated by Maya. All the jivas bound by Maya, defeated by Maya, are obedient to Maya's three gunas. The conclusion is that the Jiva Shakti manifests the jivas, the Chit Shakti does not manifest them.
Okay, so this is Jaya Dharma, chapter 15. Okay, so you can read that, it's there in folio also, Vedabase, you can read. Okay. Yeah, same thing Prabhupada has written in his fifth verse of this chapter, 7.5. Okay, so you can go there and also see 7.5 verse, and there also you can see the same thing Prabhupada is writing, that yeah, 7.5. So let's go to Prabhupada. Yeah. Starting.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, here.
Shri
Yes.
Ganga Prabhu, actually, your I think needs to be muted. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes, bro. So here it's right, said that the Supreme Lord Krishna is the only controller, living entities are controlled by him. These living entities, Jiva Shakti basically, are superior energy because the quality of their existence is one and the same with the Supreme, but they are never equal to the Lord in quantity of power. Yesterday also, I think somebody was asking this. Correct, yeah. So make it full screen. While exploiting the gross and subtle inferior energy, matter, the superior energy living entity forgets his real spiritual mind and intelligence. This forgetfulness is due to the influence of matter upon the living entity. But when the living entity becomes free from the influence of the illusory material energy, he attains the stage called mukti or liberation. Okay, so that's what Prabhupada is writing here. That living entity is different in the number of quantity. Okay, so it's not equal to the Lord. Okay, so that's why he gets covered. And before that also Prabhupada has written this point that yeah, it is Anu and Vibhu, that point actually he writes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, anybody else has any question on what we discussed yesterday? Okay. Then we will continue from 13th verse. Yeah, one more clarification. Yesterday we were discussing the 24 elements. Na? So yeah, in the Prabhupada's purport, Prabhupada has not taken that Pradhan. Okay, so then it comes to 24. Okay, so mind is considered as mind only. And I think Aruna Mataji is there. Are you there, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so mind is taken as mind only. And one mistake I was doing is I was considering intelligence is taken as Mahatattva, so we should not count intelligence. No, it is not like that. We should count intelligence as well as Mahatattva. See the last line here. Intelligence refers to total mental creation called the Mahatattva. Okay, so intelligence also should be counted, just like we had for like 5. See the verse here. Bhumi, Apo, Analo, Vayu, Kham. These 5 together, actually, they are also including the 5 sense objects. That is, what are the 5 sense objects? Yesterday we discussed, correct? Taste, and then there is touch. All that 5 things are there. They are included in this. So that does not mean we will not count Bhumi, Apo, Analo, Vayu, earth, water, air, fire, ether. All this we will count, as well as what is constituting them. That also we count. Okay, so that means intelligence also we should count, and Mahatattva also we should count, like that. Okay, so that was the explanation of Prabhupada. That's what we discussed. So total 24. You can read here Prabhupada's purport. Therefore, from 8 separate energies of the Lord manifest the 24 elements. So in this 24, what are they? Like we discussed, 5 sense objects and 5 gross elements. 10, 5 plus 5, 10 indriyas, that is 20. 21st is mind, then 22 intelligence, 23 ego, 24th is Mahatattva. That's it. Okay. Mind, intelligence, ego, and then Mahatattva. That is counted as 24. 25th Atma, 26th Paramatma. Yes. So now we'll go to the 14th verse. So yeah, actually yesterday we had a discussion on this 13th verse. So this 13th verse, one very important point which Prabhupada said in the purport, I will just point out. See this word mohitam. Correct. Yesterday we discussed mohitam. Does anyone remember what was the discussion point of mohitam yesterday Prabhupada told on this? We discussed, you remember that living entity gets deluded, correct? So living entity gets deluded by what? By whom?
Attachment to the material energy. Okay.
Three modes
Yes.
of material.
3 modes
Yeah.
of material nature.
But 3 modes, it's getting covered. But as we discussed, what is the cause is his own attachment to inferior energy, right? That we discussed from Baldev Bhushan. Correct. That is the cause. He has a free will. And then when he has that desire, then what the Krishna does, he sanctions the covering. And who covers? Maya covers. Correct. Performing doer is Maya. She covers. And what is the agency she covers with?
3 modes.
3 modes. Yes, that's what we were discussing yesterday. Okay. So in this purport, Prabhupada writes a very, very nice point. That is in the, those who have the book can see, this is the second paragraph, last line. Can somebody read the last line of second paragraph? I will show it on the screen also. Last line here. And if
we become entangled with the modes of material nature, then we forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is behind all these modes.
Yes.
So Lord Krishna says that men, deluded by these 3 modes of nature, do not understand that behind the material background is the Supreme Godhead.
Yes. So he has summarized the whole verse actually in this one line. So what is this word deluded referring to in this? If you see what I have highlighted, deluded refers to which word in Sanskrit? Mohitam. Okay, so that refers to the word mohitam. And then after that, what he says, because of being mohitam or deluded, what they cannot do? Do not understand. So can somebody tell what is this do not understand in the verse in Sanskrit? What is Prabhupada saying?
Navijanati.
Yes, yes, yeah. So whenever we are reading, just keep the verse in front of you. Okay, so that you can tell. I will ask frequently like these questions, what it refers to. So, and then he is saying that in the they do not understand that behind the material background. What is this material background? What is Prabhupada referring to? Material background. What is material background? Behind which Supreme Lord is there, which is not allowing the living entity to seek. What is that? Just now we discussed.
3 modes, right?
Yes, yes, that's 3 modes. 3 modes actually are covering. So you must have seen the example many times Prabhupada gives curtain examples, right? So he says that this is like the Maya's curtain. So it is one-sided curtain actually. Means what? The Lord can see the living entity. Correct. But the living entity cannot see the Lord. Correct. We must have seen many times the glasses in the cars. From outside it is pitch dark. But from inside we can see everything. Okay. So that is the example given here. That the Lord is able to see, but the living entity cannot see. Like one of the example, little bit discussion is required because disconnected to the next verse also. So what I will do is there is an experiment which is conducted by Russian behavioral science scientist, I can say. Yeah. So he has done one experiment. In that experiment, actually, it is shown that how this very effect of three modes actually has covering power. So this is a very simple experiment which he did. I will try to explain. So all of us must have seen the rat trap, right? Correct. I must have used also many times living in India. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, other places may not be there. Okay. Right. Yeah. So the experiment he did. So this consider these are the rat trap. Okay. So there is a chamber on which the door is in the center. Okay. So this is experiment as I told you from Pavlov. Okay. This is behavioral science expert. So one of the experiment which you might have heard also that there was experiment he conducted that the dog was there and he used to give them some food. But before giving the food, he will ring a bell. So when you ring the bell, the dog actually he understands that okay, I have to go for the food now. So he goes for the food. Like this, he was doing for a few weeks. And then every time this was happening, then one day what he did, he was ringing the bell, but he would not give the food. So, and generally we have seen dogs salivate, correct? No? Before when they are eating also, before they eat also, correct? They salivate. So he told this as the science of conditioning. Okay, conditioning. So the conditioning here of the dog is that even though he was not giving the food and he was just ringing the bell, the dog was salivating. You're getting the point? Previously, dog used to salivate for food. But what he did in between, he introduced a bell. So whenever the bell will ring, he will start salivating. Okay, that was first preliminary experiment. This experiment is of the rat trap, which we are discussing. So this is about this word which we understood in the purport about abhijanati. That is not happening. Why? Because there is delusion, mohitam. So in this experiment, he had two pieces of cakes. Okay, just consider my drawing is not very good, but consider these are the two pieces of cakes. And there was one rat. So he left the rat through the main door. Okay. And he closed it. So in this experiment, the rat was left inside and two cakes were hanging from on both the ends. So rat used to go and eat cake left side and then the right side, both. Okay. So let's say this is the left side and this is the right side. So he was doing this one day, he used to keep here, one day he used to keep here. Some days he used to keep both the places like that. And then rat was eating and he was growing fat. And one day what he did, the change in the experiment is on the right side, he inserted a metal wire and then passed a electric current. Okay. So I refers to current, those who study electrical. Yeah. So he passed the electrical current here and the current was just sufficient to give him a shock and he will be thrown back, but he will not die. Okay. And cake is there. So inside the cake is wire is going. So like regularly, the rat got up in the morning. He went to the left side, he ate the cake. And then when he came to the right side, he was eating. And suddenly his mouth touched the wire. And he was thrown back. So he thought, what is this new thing happening? So he thought maybe I am dreaming. So he went and again tried to eat this cake. And then he saw, okay, again he got the shock. So then he understood, okay, actually, this something wrong with this side. So every day, then he made a understanding that I should not go to the right side and only eat from the left side. So he was eating from the left side. and then that continued for another week. Then what this Pavlov did, so instead of putting a current on the right side, he removed the current and then he passed the current through left side. And now rat, as usual, he got up in the morning, he was eating on the left side. And as soon as he went, then he got a shock. Then he thought, hey, what happened? I thought the current was on the right hand side, but he did not know that it was changed. So then again, he thought maybe I'm just imagining there is current. So then he again went to the left side and started eating. And then again he got the shock. So he was feeling that, okay, maybe I came to the wrong side. So then he went to the right side and then he ate the cake because there is no current here. So he was happily eating. Then he understood, okay, I should eat from the right side. So he was liking and he was eating every day. So this again continued for 1 week. Then what Pavlov did, so he was changing, randomly. So sometimes he used to send current from this side, 1 day here, then 2 days left side, 1 day right, then 2 days right side, 1 day left side. So this rat, he was going continuously left side, right side, left side, right side. So he was not able to understand which side is the shock. And he used to get sometimes shock on both the sides. Sometimes on left side, sometimes on right side. So he was completely confused what is happening. But he used to like the cake so much. But so he is running inside this cage, left side, right side. And then he was fearing the current, but he was liking the cake also. So he was not able to do anything, just running left to right. And after this few weeks of experiment, what Pavlov did, he just opened the door. Okay, he just opened it. And what happened with the rat? Anybody would like to guess? What happened with the rat? What he did?
Rat won't go to right or left. He will not like. He will not go to any of the side.
He did not go to left or right, both sides you are saying.
Both the side.
Okay, okay. Arun Prabhu?
Yeah, like he got fully busy in going right left only. He never noticed that the door is open and I can go out of the right. Like Radheshyam told this experiment once.
Oh, okay, he told, na? Okay, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that is the answer basically. Yeah, he was not seeing that the door is open at all. But he was just running left and right. Okay. So here, what is this rat representing?
Jivas.
You can raise hand. I would like to hear. You can raise hands and then you can speak. So that I know who is speaking. I cannot see everyone at the same time. Yeah, Bhakti Leela Mataji.
Living entity.
Okay, yes, good. Yeah, living entity. Okay. And yeah. Yes, Prerna Mataji, you like to say?
Yes, living
Same.
entity, Jiva.
Same, yeah.
Jiva.
So yeah, that is a living entity. Yeah, and what is this cage compared to?
Material world, Prabhu.
Yes, this is metal world. Okay. So, okay. So somebody who has not answered can answer now. What are these two cakes compared to these cakes? Okay, Aruna Mataji.
The very miseries of this material world, which are also known as three tapa.
No, cakes that rat is liking, na? Cake I'm asking. That rat likes the cake.
Sense gratification, Prabhu.
Yes, yeah, something which that the living entity likes. Okay, good. And what is the electric current represented here by somebody else who has not spoken? Yeah, Ganga Putra.
Like miseries of this material world. Sometimes sukha, sometimes dukha.
Yes, correct. Sometimes sukha, sometimes dukkha. Okay. So electric current here is actually compared to dukkha only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here sukha was that cake. Okay.
Cake.
Yes. Okay. And what is this door compared to? Yeah, somebody else. What is this door compared to? Who has not answered? Okay. Harsh Prabhu, would you like to answer?
Prabhuji, door I think is door could be moksha. Sorry. Liberation.
Who is speaking?
Kishore Madhav Prabhu.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. So, yeah, that is compared to liberation. Okay, thank you. So, this we will study, you can study sometime in Srimad Bhagavatam. These 5 things are explained. Okay, so you must have heard also earlier. Vidya, then there is Asmita. Okay, somebody knows what is next? Avidya, Asmita, Raga, then it is Dvesha. Yes.
Removed.
Huh? Abhi, Nivesh. Okay. These 5 things we'll study in Bhagavatam. These are the covering, which we discussed as the curtain. These are the curtain of the 3 modes. The curtain is made up of these 5 things, which doesn't allow the living entity to see this door is open. Okay. But the Supreme Lord, or here whoever is conducting experiment, he can see the door is open. The rat actually died inside by running from Raga to Dvesha. Okay, here Rag is compared to what? Okay, let's go in sequence. Avidya. Avidya is all the past impressions of various lifetimes. We have all the past impressions that something is good, something is not good, something gives happiness, something doesn't give happiness. That is all stored in a living entity's subtle body in the form of avidya. Okay, and what is asmita? This few of the past impressions are released in a particular body for one's own identification with the body. Like we are all human beings, so we identify, okay, I am a human being, I'm born in India, I'm staying in such and such place, I am such software engineer, or I'm such a person, like that. So all that identification. If you remember in this same purport to this 13th verse, Prabhupada told, 13th or yeah, somewhere he told, I'm Indian, I'm American, like that, correct? That came. I think it's going to come. 14th. Yeah. So that is called Asmita. So this Asmita is actually a part of this avidya only, which is released in the living entity. Like suppose somebody is a human being, he will not have the memory of his past life generally. Some of the people have, like we hear about reincarnation stories. So some of them have this from the past life, they remember. But in this life, generally, one will not remember of the past life, and especially he will not remember of an animal life he was in. Okay, so that asmita actually filters. From avidya it comes to asmita, but it filters. Only it will give those impressions which was in the some past human being. Suppose somebody was a cow in the last life. In this life, he will not start liking a grass for eating. Last life he was liking the grass, green grass, when he used to see. But this life, when he will see the grass, will he start liking and salivating and want to eat? No, he will not do like that. Why? Because avidya is not fully transferred to him. Only part of the avidya is transferred in the form of asmita. And because he has that identification, what also comes? Raga. That means he has some attraction to some objects. So here the example which Pavlov did this experiment, that is cake. And what is dvesha? Is the electric current. Correct? That is the dvesha. So he doesn't like the electric current and he likes. So he was just going to and fro between this only. Raga dvesha, raga dvesha. And absorption in these two is abhinivesh. So being absorbed in these two is abhinivesh. So the rat was absorbed. Similarly, the living entity here Prabhupada is saying, being absorbed into happiness, distress, happiness, distress. He cannot see the Supreme Lord. He cannot escape. Like many times we have seen this example also, and practically. So nowadays children are very fond of playing with smartphones. So my sister also has small child. So generally they are very naughty. But as soon as they may get a smartphone, so it doesn't seem only that children is there in the home. He is so silent and so absorbed. And if the parents call him also, the child is not able to hear. Okay. So it is like the parent is able to see the child, but child is not able to see the parent because he is so much absorbed into the raga. Okay. And when suppose internet gets over, then dvesh will come. So that is the example we can practically see.
Perfect
So
example.
anybody can share some practical your protection. Yeah, Gangaputra, you were saying something?
Guruji, I told this is very practical example we are seeing day to day in our life.
Yeah, correct. Yes, it happens that, and sometimes not only children, we also, we also, why to blame them? We also actually become so absorbed that we forget to eat or we forget to sleep. So many things. Yeah. Okay. So this was the example which I wanted to discuss here because it's very, very important. Prabhupada is saying in this line as we discussed, 7.13. So Lord says that living entity deluded by the three modes of nature do not understand that behind the material background is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. And then 14th, we'll read the purport. So we'll recite the shloka once together, then we'll go. Devi hi esha gunamahi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Yeah, somebody can read the translation. Okay, somebody who has not. Mukund Patru?
Okay, Guruji, the divine energy of mind consisting of three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it.
Yes. Let's go
The
to
way
the
that
translation.
can I continue, Guruji?
Just a minute. I'm going to the beginning of the, because we are going to read the full purport.
Okay.
This is a very, very important purport. So we
Okay, I
are
will read it in the book directly then.
yes, you can read, yes.
The Supreme Purport by Divine Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The
Yes.
Supreme Personality of Godhead has innumerable energies, and all these energies are divine. Although the living entities are part of his energies and are therefore divine due to contact with material energy, their original superior power is covered, being thus covered by material energy. One cannot.
Little slowly, Proji, if you can read, because I like to explain also a little bit. So here, somebody can tell here Prabhupada is telling this whole sentence. The living entities are part of his energies and are therefore divine. Correct. So which energy Prabhupada is talking about? Which energy of the Lord?
Marginal.
Yes, obviously, Tatastha. Marginal energy. Correct. Yeah. Tatastha Shakti. And due to contact with material energy, their original superior power is covered. Okay, that's what we discussed just now. Yes, Proji, continue.
So, being thus covered by material energy, one cannot possibly overcome its influence. As previously stated, both material and spiritual natures, being emanations from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are eternal. The living entities belong to the eternal superior nature of the Lord. But due to contamination by the inferior nature, matter, their illusion is also eternal. The conditioned soul.
Yeah. So their illusion is also eternal. Okay. Whose the living entity illusion is eternal. So that's why here he is saying that these two things, which is spiritual nature and material nature, okay, they are emanating from Supreme Lord, are eternal. Okay. So we should not say the material world or material nature is temporary. No, this is also eternal. As well as the spiritual nature, whether Chit Shakti or Tatastha Shakti. Okay, both are also eternal. Yes, please.
The conditioned soul is therefore called Nityabadha or eternally conditioned. No one can trace out the history of the becoming condition at a certain due date in a material history. Consequently, His release from the clutches of material nature is very difficult. Even though that material nature is an inferior energy, because of material energy is ultimately conducted by the supreme will, which is living entity cannot overcome. Inferior material nature is defined herein as a divine nature due to its divine connection and movement by the divine will. Being conducted by divine will, material nature, although inferior, acts so wonderfully in the construction and destruction of the cosmic manifestation. The Vedas confirm this as follows. Maya,
Yeah. So here, whatever was discussed till now, which part of the shloka actually Prabhupada is describing? I think one slide is missing here. Vedas confirm starts here. No, it's there. Here. So which part is Prabhupada saying here when he's speaking about this divine nature due to its divine connection and movement by the divine will? So what is Prabhupada talking about in this?
First line, Daivesh Gunamai.
Yeah, so that part is being discussed, which is Daivi. Okay, divine. So as you remember, we discussed yesterday, it is divine, not in the sense that it itself is divine, but it has a connection with the divine. Divine connection is being mentioned with the Lord. Okay. So being conducted by the divine will of whom? Lord. Material nature, although inferior, acts so wonderfully in the construction and destruction of the cosmic manifestation. So you remember yesterday we said that the meaning of the word divine, Baldev Vidyabhushan gives, is astonishing, or it is very, very, now what is the other meaning? He gives extraordinary. Why is it extraordinary? This is being said here because it is acting so wonderfully. In what? In the cosmic construction and destruction of the, in the construction and destruction of the cosmic manifestation. So it is astonishing because of this reason. Okay. Why it is astonishing? Because of this reason that it creates astonishing universes like that. Yeah. So now, whatever Prabhupada said that divine is this, meaning is this, now he's going to give a proof from the Shastra. Okay. So anything Prabhupada will speak here, you can see, always he will give a proof. Okay, he'll speak something and then he will give a proof from the Shastra, Upanishads he is giving. Yes, please read.
the Vedas confirm this as follows. Mayam tu prakrutim vidyam mayinam tu maheshwaram. Although Maya illusion is false or temporary, the background of Maya is the supreme magician, the personality of Godhead, who is Maheshwara, the supreme controller. Shweta Shvatar Upanishad 4.10. Another meaning of guna is rope. It is to be understood that the conditioned soul is tightly tied by the ropes of illusion. A man a man bound by the hands and feet cannot free himself. He must be held by a person who is unbounded. Who is unbound. Because the bound cannot help the bound, the rescuer must be liberated. Therefore, only Lord Krishna or his bona fide representative, the spiritual master, can release the conditioned soul. Without such a superior help, one cannot be freed from the bondage of material nature. Devotional service or Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, just a minute. So here Prabhupada started explaining the second part, that is second adjective. What was that? The guna. Okay, the guna part he is explaining. So as we discussed, guna means rope. Okay, and then here it is explained that this rope is made of 3 strands. So can somebody tell what are the 3 strands in that rope?
Modes of material nature.
Yeah. So they are the 3 modes of material nature which act as 3 strands of this rope. Okay, and what is the use? How it is being used? So it is used to tightly bind. Okay, so this refers to Duratyaya. Okay, make the living entity tightly bind with these 3 modes. Yeah. And then Prabhupada is telling how there are so many people in this world, but ultimately, if there is no one liberated among them, actually no one can help other. So there are suppose 500 people tied. So nobody can open each other. Correct. At least one person should be untied. Then only he can open the others from their binding. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, please continue.
Devotional service or Krishna consciousness can help one to gain such a release. Can help one gain such a release. Krishna, being the Lord of the illusory energy, can order this insurmountable energy to release the conditioned soul. He orders this release out of his causeless mercy on the surrendered soul and out of his paternal affection for the living entity, who is originally a beloved son of the Lord. Therefore, surrender
Yeah. So here, actually, Prabhupada is giving one example that if Lord says to the illusory energy, okay, release him. So when does the Lord say to release? That is there in the verse.
When we surrender, Prabhuji.
Mameva hi prapadyante.
Mameva ye prapadyante. So that will come in the next part of this verse, that when the living entity surrenders unto me. But here, just like the example we have when we go to any home, and suppose the home has a very big dog, okay, at the gate. So we become very scared, na? Whatever, some bulldog or somebody is there, we become very scared. But when the master comes, he says, "Oh, Tommy, go aside, go aside." So then the dog will become very, very subservient to him and it will not harm the guest. Correct. Now, similarly, the Maya is subservient to Lord Shri Krishna. Correct. And when Lord Krishna orders Maya Devi, so she will release the conditioned soul. Okay. And it is her service to make the conditioned soul completely purified so that he will be ready to go to the spiritual world. Yeah. Yeah. Continue, please.
Therefore, surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord is the only means to get free from the clutches of the stringent material nature.
Yeah.
The word Mama Eva are also significant. Mama means unto Krishna, Vishnu only, and not Brahma or Shiva. Although Brahma and Shiva are eternally elevated and are almost on the level of Vishnu, it is not possible for such incarnations of Rajoguna, passion, and Tamoguna, ignorance, to release the conditioned soul from the clutches of Maya. In other words, both Brahma and Shiva are also under the influence of Maya. Only Vishnu.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. So here Prabhupada is explaining now the another part of the verse, Mam Eva. This word he is saying. So Mam means me, Eva means certainly, only me. So he is saying Krishna or Vishnu, these only, not Brahma or Shiva. And also he is saying that actually they are incarnations of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So that doesn't mean that they are affected by Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Okay, they are not like affected, but they are in charge of it. Okay, so we should not say that Lord Shiva is being affected by ignorance and Lord Brahma is being affected by passion. No, not like that. They are empowered by the Lord to become in charge of them. And if there is any pastime in which they seem to have like that, they seem to do like that, we should understand it is being done by the will of the Lord. Okay, like we understand from Mohini Murti. So when Mohini Murti appeared, Lord Shiva started running behind Mohini Murti. So one may consider, oh, it is material lust. No, it was a desire of Lord Shiva to see, and he wanted to show to all the world that Lord Vishnu is my master and I am subservient to him, like that. So one should not make the mistake of considering they are in ignorance or passion. No. Yes,
But Prabhuji actually next line says that both Brahma and Shiva are under the control of Maya. So is it
no,
not
no,
contradictory?
it's not said control of Maya. It's obviously influence of Maya. They are under the influence of Maya means not like the living entity, not like the normal living entity, like us, who are captured by Maya. But what is being said that Brahma and Shiva are in touch with Maya Devi, because they directly take charge of these modes. Okay, so that again, I can send you reference from Madhuri Kadamini only. Okay, they are in touch. There it's explained in the second offense, wherever we say about the demigods, correct? So there it's explained that they are in touch with Maya, but they are not affected by Maya. Okay, so that Brahma is generally Jiva Tattva. And Shiva is not Jiva Tattva. There is a separate entity called Shiva Tattva. Correct? Huh? So Shiva Tattva is Kshiram Yatha Tadvikar. We know that he is like the curd transformed from milk. So Shiva Tattva is not affected by Maya anytime. Never. But this Brahma being Jiva Tattva can be affected sometime, but not the current Brahma. Okay, our current Brahma cannot be affected. That is the detail. Well, not affected. Why? Why it is not? Why he is not affected? So you can read second canto, 9th chapter. Okay, so there Lord has spoken Chatushloki. Okay, to Brahmaji in the very first kalpa. So when the first kalpa Chatushloki is spoken, the result is that Lord Brahma is given a benediction that you will never be affected by Maya. Okay. So our Lord Brahma, current Brahma, because he heard Chatushloki in his first kalpa, he is given a benediction that you will never be affected by Maya. Okay, this is the detailed project. But other Brahmas, like previous Brahma, was affected by Maya. Like we understand that he ran behind basically Saraswati walk. Have you heard that past time? That Brahma ran behind her own daughter?
Yes, yes,
Daughter.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So that was not current Brahma. This was previous.
Management, it is mentioned there.
Yes, it is previous Brahma. So because he is living entity, he can be affected, but not the current Brahma. Current Brahma is a pure devotee. Okay. He has heard Chatushloki from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9. You can read the reference. Okay. And he is given this benediction. You will never be affected by Maya. Okay. Is that answering your question, Roji?
Yes, yes, it's elaborate.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Amkund Padri, please continue.
Only Vishnu is the master of Maya. Therefore, he alone can give release to the conditioned soul. The Vedas, Shvetashvatar Upanishad.
Okay, so again, now here Prabhupada is giving a proof. So he told the concept. What concept he told? That only Vishnu is a master of Maya, and he can alone give release to conditioned souls. Means what? Liberation. He can give liberation. Others cannot. So for that, he is not just making a concept. He will always cite proofs. So let's see what proof he is giving. Please read, Prabhuji.
The Vedas, Shvetashvatar Upanishad 3.8 confirms this in the phrase Tama eva viditva, or freedom is possible only by understanding Krishna. Even Lord Shiva affirms that liberations can be achieved only by the mercy of Vishnu. Lord Shiva says, Mukti Pradata Sarvesham Vishnu Reva Na Samshaya. There is no doubt that Vishnu is the deliverer of liberation for everyone.
Yeah, that is yeah. So Lord Shiva himself is saying this statement, nobody else. It's not that you or me we are saying. Lord Shiva himself is saying that Mukti Pradata Sarvesham Vishnu Reva Na Samshaya. There is no doubt that Vishnu is the deliverer of liberation for everyone. Okay. So that completes the purport. So anybody has any question on this what we discussed? 7.14 purport. Because this very, very important shloka, we read the whole purport and gave some time to it.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like when it is said that material nature is eternal, so material nature refers to material world. This is one question. Like does it refers to material world?
One question at a time. One question at a time.
Yes, so the first question is this.
Yeah.
Material
so
nature.
Yeah. Question is complete.
Yeah. Does material nature refers to material world, or it refers to the inferior energy, which in turns will also refer to material world?
Yeah, it refers to the basically this. Yesterday we discussed about Pradhan Mahatattva, correct? Na? So when we discussed that, we understood that the material nature is always existing in some form. Okay. I'm not distinguishing much between material nature and material world. I'm just answering the question. It's is always existing in some form, either in the manifested form or in the unmanifest form. So unmanifest form, actually it exists inside the body of Mahavishnu. Correct. Yesterday we discussed. So when he exhales, it will come out. And when he inhales, it will go inside. So inside the body, it is unmanifest. And outside the body, it is manifest. Okay, bro. So it is always existing in some form. Yeah. Yes, bro.
Yes, Rohit, that point is clear. So, like when when Vishnu has to create the material world for the living entities to enjoy, those who those who were who wanted to enjoy as per their free will, then the material world is created and they are put into the material world.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
What is second question?
Understood. This was only there.
This one. Okay. Yeah. Prerna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yes, ma'am.
you said that current Brahma is not affected by guna, right?
By the
Current Brahmaji is not affected by the three gunas,
three
right?
gunas. Correct, Mataji. Yeah.
So for the creation, mode of passion is needed.
Correct.
Brahma is the creator of the this material world. So my question is, maybe it is my ignorance, but still this is my question, that if he is not in passion, how is he able to create this material world? How is he remaining unaffected?
Yeah, Mataji, he is the in charge of mode of passion, and he engages the mode of passion in creation, but he will not be affected by it. Okay.
Okay. He will use that mode of passion for the creation, but he won't get affected.
Yes. Yeah, that is the understanding. Otherwise, our Siddhanta will get changed. Okay, whatever I told earlier from Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, that Chatushloki was spoken to him, and then he was given the benediction by the Lord himself. Okay, so that will get thwarted. So I'm showing you that reference. You are into both can see. This is second canto, chapter 9. Is my folio Vedabase screen visible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Visible, no? Okay. So here we'll search. Chatushloki. Yeah, okay, we can go to next question. I'll search it. Yeah. Yes, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, yesterday you told me when Lord Vishnu exhales, a lot of universes come out. On some universes he glances, and on others he doesn't. So the universes
I
on
told
which
like that. That some he glances, some he doesn't. I don't.
yeah, I remember because I asked you about what is Pradhan. When you mentioned the 24th element is Pradhan, I asked you what does it mean? So you
No,
mentioned
I don't know if I said, I did not mean to say that some he glances, some he doesn't glance. I was saying with the time frame. Suppose to some time after the universes emanate, it is not glanced yet. So it is in the form of Pradhan. Okay. And when it is glanced, it becomes Mahatattva. It is active with the time. Okay. The time has started, activated there. That is the meaning.
okay.
That's what I meant. Okay. So if you are, like, I can show you that picture so that it will be more clear. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. see this picture. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible, Prabhu.
Yeah, I'll just zoom it inside. Okay, see this. Okay. See here, this is Mahavishnu. From him, there are so many universes emanating, correct? So this one universe we know where Brahmaji is there on the lotus, and all things are happening. Garbhodaksha Vishnu is there. But before that, it was like this. It was just like the small pores of the Mahavishnu. There are universes coming out which are not yet glanced, and you can see here the glance is mentioned here. Try to zoom this. Okay, the glance of Mahavishnu impregnates the universe with all the jivas and kala eternal time, right? So that is the activation. So now this universe is activated. Before it was glanced, it was called as Pradhan. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have any question on what we discussed till now? Okay. We'll go to next verse, 15th.
Prabhuji, the Maya
Yes,
word which
Prabhu.
we are seeing and we are discussing from last couple of verses, is it the same Shakti Durga Devi which is incarnate during that is it seventh or sixth incarnate? I do not exactly remember that Durga Devi comes out. Can we say same it is?
What is the first word, Prabhuji? You said Maya Devi. I did not hear. Maya
No,
Devi?
no, yeah, Maya means this external nature. Like we are
Huh.
telling, means I am getting little confused.
Okay.
So we are generally calling Durga Devi as well sometimes.
Same, no?
And
Same, Prabhuji.
is it? Yeah.
Parvati or Durga or Maya Devi, they are all same project. I
So
have
this
not read anywhere anything differentiation.
no, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
It does
same.
not mean they are different. I'm
No, no,
just asking
same.
confirm. Okay, so
Same.
then this Krishna, sorry, Lord Shiva gets influenced by Parvati Devi. Can we is this statement correct then?
Lord Shiva?
Gets influenced by this Parvati Devi.
No. He is
Okay.
not. He is not getting influenced in that sense which you are taking. What is the sense you are taking? You can clarify.
Let's.
What is the sense?
Basically, let's say this Lila of Mohini Avatar. There also Maya Devi is performing her role in the service of Krishna to attract towards Mohini, to Lord Shiva. Anyway, in order to form this particular complete activity or this Lila, everyone is playing their role. Like Maya Devi is also creating attraction to Lord Shiva towards the Mohini. So here Maya Devi is also coming into the picture, and as stated here, this Lord Shiva and Brahma
No,
both
that is
gets
not
influenced
Maya
by
Devi,
Maya.
na, Prabhuji. Mohini Murti.
No,
That is
Mohini
not
Murti is Lord Krishna's avatar.
correct.
Yeah,
Krishna.
I am telling in order to create that attraction in Lord Shiva towards Mohini, that particular task is being done by the Maya Devi only, right? Can we say that?
No. There in that pastime it is explained that the attraction which was there, that was because of the will of the Lord. Okay. And it is not like living entity getting attracted because of the Maya Devi. That is material attraction, but that attraction of Lord Shiva towards Mohini Murti was spiritual. Okay. So that is not like living entity getting attracted due to the Maya Devi. That is because of Yoga Maya, and what we are discussing about Mahamaya.
Okay.
Yeah. And that Maya, these three modes, personification, who is the controller of this is called this Maya Devi. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is different. Okay, Pravi?
Yes, Pravi.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go to 15th verse. So, we recite together. Namam duskriti no mudha prapadyante naradhamah mayaya pahrita jnana asuram bhavam ashritah Okay, somebody can read who has not yet read maybe. Kishore Madhav, okay, Madhav Harinam Prabhu is there. Okay, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Translation.
Yes, Prabhupada. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me.
Okay, the background noise, I think it was from you. I thought somebody had unmuted. Okay, okay. Yes, please. Thank you for reading. Yeah. So if we see the word to word, this is also very important shloka. Now, Lord has spoken about the three modes in 13th verse. Then he has spoken that, okay, if the three modes are acting, then how to get liberated. That also Lord told one should take shelter of me. And then now the question comes, okay, if it is like that, that one gets liberation by taking shelter of you, then the question arises, why not everybody takes shelter of you and get liberated? What is the problem? If it is so easy, just take shelter of the Lord and get liberated. Why there are people and they are intelligent people? Okay, they are intelligent people. Why they don't take shelter of you and get liberated? That is the question. So that is a link to this verse why Lord started speaking. So this is there a question in the mind of Arjuna, okay, which acharyas say that Arjuna has this question: why not everybody take shelter of you? So the acharya explained that Baldev Bhushan has told that this is a question, and then Lord answers in this verse. So he said, those miscreants who are grossly foolish. So here the word miscreants, actually, if we see the Prabhupada's translation word to word, he has taken it as Dushkritina, translated as miscreants. Okay. And then this is the focus of the verse. Okay. And this has four categories. This is very, very important to understand. Okay, this has four categories. Which are they? As he has told here, Mudha, that is foolish, and later Prabhupada will tell grossly foolish. Okay, and then second is the Nara Adhama. Adhama, as we know, is the fallen person or lowest. So lowest among mankind is the second category. Okay, and then he says third, this Mayaya. Maya, we know, Mayaya is Sashti Vibhakti, means by the illusory energy. Okay, by something. And what that Maya is done? Apahrita. Like we have in Hindi one word, apaharana. Apaharana, apahrita. Means something is stolen. Prabhupada has translated. Correct. So that is third. Maya apahrita. What it has stolen? Jnana. Okay. This is jnana. Okay. What knowledge? Knowledge is stolen. So this is third. Maya apahrita jnana. And then fourth category of that dushkritina is asuram bhavam ashritah. So they have taken shelter of the demoniac nature, as Prabhupada has translated, who partake of the atheistic nature, demoniac nature of demons. Okay. And what they do? They do not surrender. Okay. Why? Because they are dushkritina. So as it really explained, this word dushkritina, actually this has the meaning, they have wicked intelligence. Okay, wicked intelligence. So Prabhupada explained here that how they know that the Vedas exist, that the Lord exists, but still they will not surrender to him. They will not go towards him. They will not do bhakti or any other process towards him. Okay, that is the point. So let's read the purport. Yeah, so Vishwanath Chatakar is saying, okay, so Anuradha Mataji, Hare Krishna, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Do not from the first, no?
Yes.
Do not surrender unto you. Yes, those who are wise surrender to me, but those who only think themselves wise do not.
Yeah, so this is the point. Yeah, see, those who are actually wise, they surrender. But those who only think themselves wise, they do not. So what is the meaning of this? This Prabhupada explained that these all four categories, they think that they are wise in different ways. Some is science, some are scientists, some are like demons, like that. So he'll explain. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Dushta means evil or spoiled, and Kritina means clever. So
Yeah.
have evil intelligence. Duskritina are of 4 types. One is the Moda, the fool equal to an animal. He pursues only animalistic enjoyment through his work.
Yeah, so these 4 types Prabhupada explained nicely. We'll discuss. So as I told, so he has said here clever, or we can say intelligence. So this is same thing as wicked intelligence. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
It is said in Bhagavad Gita that simply by surrendering oneself unto me, the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality Krishna, one can surmount the stringent laws of material nature. At this point, a question arises, how is it that educated philosophers, scientists, businessmen, administrators, and all the leaders of ordinary men do not surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, that mentioned. So what is the first line explaining here? Can somebody tell? What is the first line telling about, which we already discussed? Harsh, would you like to say what is first line talking about? Prabhupada purport, first line. What is telling?
It is like setting up the.
No, Harsh Prabhu should answer. Somebody else is answering.
As per my understanding, Prabhupada wants to say that if living entity just follows the instructions of Krishna, then he can overcome the stringent laws of material nature.
Yeah, but this we already discussed previous. Which verse talked about this? From where this line came? Generally, Prabhupada writes it is from somewhere what was spoken earlier, or some verse. Which verse is this? Do you remember?
Prabhuji, that previous sloka, Deviya Sagunmai Mamma.
Yes. This is same verse 14. Prabhupada is writing in his own words. Okay. And now 15th purport, he is starting with this question. So for that question, he has to write that point from 14th verse. So what is the question? He is saying, how is it that educated philosophers, scientists, businessmen, administrators, all these leaders of ordinary men do not surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead, like that? So this question arises. This was what is the connection from 14th to 15th verse? Why all these people are not surrendering? Yes. Okay. Mataji, please continue. Anuradha Mataji.
The Gita answers this question very frankly. Those really learn leaders of society like Brahma, Shiva, Kapila, the Kumaras, Manu, Vyasa, Devala, Asita, Janaka, Prahlada, Bali, and later on Madhavacharya, Ramanujacharya, Sri Chaitanya, and many others who are faithful philosophers, politicians, educators, scientists, etc., surrender to the lotus feet of the Supreme Person, the all-powerful authority. Those who are not active philosophers, scientists, educators, administrators, etc., but who pose themselves as such for material gain, do not accept the plan or path of the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, so these two things only actually we read earlier, that those who are really learned, means earlier it was said by Vishwanath Thakur, actually wise. Okay, those who are actually wise. And then those who are not actually wise. Okay. So for them, this word dushkritina is used here. So what they do? They pose themselves as such for material gain, and they do not accept the plan or the path of the Supreme Lord. So this is their characteristics of duskritina. Okay, this is their identification. Okay, they will be all great philosophers, scientists, educators, but they have not received the bhakti sukriti. They have not received the sukriti by which they can do the devotional service of the Lord. So whenever this word intelligence, which is coming, this really learned. So this is not about material learning, because these all philosophers, scientists are all materially learned, right? Correct. So this is not material learning. This is about spiritual. Okay, this is not material learning. So this really learned means it is spiritual piety, not piety in the sense of material piety again. The spiritual learning, we can say better. This is talking about spiritual learning. So having bhakti sukriti, that one can perform the devotional service. That is there. So like we understand Narada Muni, when he was blessed by the Bhakti Vedantas, by this Bhakti Sukriti, then he started doing Bhakti. Correct? We have heard that example. Narada is the example. So then he became Unmukh to do Bhakti. But these all people are materially learned, but they are not spiritually learned. They don't have Bhakti Sukriti. The Bhakti Sukriti is lacking. Okay, so that is the point here. So this will become more clear in that verse, which we are going to read 7.29. I think Yesham tu antagatam papam. No, 28. Yeah, 28. 7.28. We will discuss elaborately this point. Okay, there it will come. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
They have no idea of God. They simply manufacture their own worldly plans and consequently complicate the problems of material existence in their vain attempts to solve them.
This is the again characteristics of the Dushkritina. Mataji, only what is highlighted we are reading. Okay, yeah, only green part, yeah. So these are again another characteristics of the Duskritina. They simply manufacture their own worldly plans. For what? Their own enjoyment. They want to enjoy. So they manufacture it. Okay. Consequently, they have become more complicated.
Prabhuji, small question.
Prabhuji, we will just complete this purport and then take. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just maybe note down the question, and then because it may be answered in the purport in discussion. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
The atheistic plan makers are described herein by the word Dushkritana or miscreant. Kruti means one who has performed meritorious work. The plan maker is sometimes very intelligent and meritorious also, because any gigantic plan, good or bad, must take intelligence to execute. But because the atheist brain is improperly utilized in opposing the plan of the Supreme Lord, the atheistic plan maker is called Duskriti, which indicates that his intelligence and efforts are misdirected.
Yes. So they are improperly utilizing. They have got the intelligence. Intelligence is there, but it is misdirected. Okay, like that. So like we have so many scientists like Oppenheimer and all. So they might have made the atom bomb for some particular purpose, or the whole discovery of how the energy can be produced from atoms. But there are some people who are misdirected intelligence, who use the same thing for making havoc to the society. Correct. And there are so many people who are like terrorists. They are actually, one terrorist was found who was second rank in he was from India. So in the CET, Karnataka, there is a CET exam. So in the CET, he was second rank in all over Karnataka. So he became a terrorist, and then he was chemical engineer. So in the chemical engineering, whatever he learned, he applied it into making bombs for the terrorist groups. And then it was harming India itself. So he learned the science from India, and then he was using against India. So these people are getting brain from whom? Who has given them this intelligence? Somebody can ask.
Krishna.
Yeah, Krishna only has given, yeah. Yeah, Krishna has given, all of us know, but they are using it against him only. See how Prabhupada is writing, improperly utilized in opposing the plan of whom? Supreme Lord. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, please read the highlighted part.
Material energy is very powerful, and the atheist also his godless temperament, cannot know how, nor can he know the plan of the Supreme Lord. Under illusion, modes of passion and ignorance, all his plans are baffled, as in the case of Hiranyakashipu and Ravana.
Yeah. Continue.
Dushkritinas or miscreants are of 4 different patterns as outlined below.
Yeah, so Prabhupada has given this example here of Hiranyakashipu, Ravana. So they are under the illusion and the modes of passion and ignorance. And we know how they were giving difficulty to Prahlad, how they were giving difficulty to Mother Sita. Correct. Yeah. Okay. So now Prabhupada is going to the next part, 4 types of Duskritinas. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Puras are those who are grossly foolish, liberated, hardworking, beasts of burden. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves and so do not want to part with them for the Supreme. The typical example of the beast of burden is the ass. This humble beast is made to work very hard by his master.
Yeah, the Prabhupada is saying him humble, yeah, in a different sense. Yeah, humble beast means he is fool. Okay, that is a literal translation of the word mudha. And Prabhupada in his lectures, many times he calls them rascal also. Obviously, we should not call because Prabhupada is having compassion towards them so much. We should not just call them rascals. Yeah, so they are grossly foolish. Means they are just working day and night, but don't want to know about God or think about God or even partake. See what Prabhupada is writing. Do not want to part with them for the Supreme. So whatever he gets the fruits by this hard labor, he wants to enjoy himself and doesn't want to give anything to the Lord. So he will work, say like some people from Pune go to Bombay, 3 hours going, then 3 hours coming back. Then there they work 10 hours. So, so 10 plus 3 plus 3, 16 hours. And then they will come back and when they will sleep, what they will eat, when they will eat. So just for eating, 2 times, 3 times a day, little bit, he is working so hard. Okay. So as devotees, we should actually have a lifestyle where we actually take out some regular time for our sadhana and connecting ourselves with the Supreme Lord. Okay, we should also not become unconscious of the Lord, as our society is Krishna Consciousness society. So we should be very much careful with where we spend our time, with whom we are spending our time, and what is the consciousness while we spend that time. So it's very, very important. And we should always have that much, like we have responsibilities of our family. So we do that nicely, but also we should have some time for connecting ourselves with the Supreme Lord, for chanting, reading, hearing. We should have some exclusive time and we should make our lifestyle like that, that we get some time to do this core Krishna conscious activities, for coming to temple, for reading Bhagavad Gita or whatever spiritual activity we may like. For that we should have time. So that is also very important. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Most often, those who work very hard day and night to clear the burden of self duty say that they have no time to hear of the immortality of the living being.
Yeah, so these people will keep saying that I don't have any time. Many times when we go for Bhakti distribution or preaching now, so people say, I don't have time to read. I don't get time to read books. Okay, so at least we tell them you take some prasad. So some way we should try to give them Krishna consciousness because they are so much in ignorance. Yes. Yeah. Continue, Matish.
Of their real master, the foolish workers waste their valuable time serving Mammon. Unfortunately, they never surrender to the Supreme Master of all masters, nor do they take time to hear of him from the proper sources.
Yeah, so we should, Prabhupada is saying 2 points. These people don't take out time to hear at all. And what to speak of hearing from proper sources. So if we remember this, Prabhupada spoke this in Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Okay, there the word came Tat Shrinu. Okay, so those who attended may remember. Tat Shrinu, there he explained that this Tat Shrinu is here from bona fide authoritative sources. Okay, those who are speaking from Shastra like that. not those who are speaking whatever thoughts come to their mind, and whether it has some reference or not, they don't know. So it's very, very important that we hear from proper sources, as well as we take out time for hearing both. Not be so much busy in our things that we don't have time to connect with the Supreme Lord. Obviously, whatever we take care of our personal life, or take care of the family, take care of the some of the responsibilities in society, all of that we should connect with the Supreme Lord, thinking that, oh, Lord has given me this family, Lord has given me this body, Lord has given me this society. So whatever possible, without hampering our Krishna consciousness, we should serve in that capacity, considering they are all opportunities to do service only. Not that they are taking me away from Krishna consciousness. No, that is like Brahmavadi understanding, impersonal understanding. Everything Lord has given to us is for serving the Lord, but also we should have exclusive time where we do our chanting, reading, hearing, like that. Okay, without distraction. Whatever possible, we should do. Okay. Yeah. So somebody else can read. Who has not read second one onwards. Jayashri Mataji, would you like to read?
Another class of Dushkriti or miscreants is called the Naradham, or the lowest of mankind. Nara means human being, and Adham means the lowest. Those who are socially and politically developed but who have no religious principles must be considered Naradham.
Yeah, so again, Prabhupada is defining here. So, Nara Adhama. So, that is second class of Duskritina only, second type. So, he is saying that they are socially and politically developed, like we have the countries, USA and other countries who are like developed quite socially, but who have no religious principles must be considered Naradhama. Okay, so Prabhupada used to say that the dollar note says that in God we believe, correct, but that is only for saying. They don't implement it, correct. So Prabhupada used to give many times that example. Yes, Mataji, continue.
The civilized form of human life is meant for man's reviving the lost consciousness of his eternal relation with the Supreme Truth, the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, who is all powerful. Whoever loses this chance is classified as a Naradham.
Yeah, so again, Prabhupada is saying the same definition, that these all advancement, whatever we have, like Prabhupada used to tell when he was preaching in America, that all of you Americans, you are so much advanced in the material science. So why don't you use this in distributing Krishna's books? So, and they did also. Like we remember when first time this Bombay Pandal program was done. So they nicely had very, very good, propagation about how this program is very nice. And I remember that Prabhupada Lilamrit says that there was a very big balloon which was actually put over the cross Maidan, that here is the Hare Krishna. Just it was saying Hare Krishna, so everybody understood. So Prabhupada encouraged them to engage all that. And those who don't do it, they are just advancing in material science, they are considered as Naradham. Okay. Yes, Mata, you continue.
It is the duty of guardians of children to revive the divine consciousness dormant in them. The 10 process of reformatory ceremonies as enjoined in the Manusmriti, which is the guide to religious principles, are meant for reviving God consciousness in the system of Varnashram. However, no process is strictly followed now in any part of the world, and therefore 99.9% of the population is Naradham.
Yeah, so Prabhupada already he is giving a statistics that how many percentage of people are Naradham. So 4 categories are there in that 99.9 already Naradham. If they are advanced in their material life, but spiritually they don't want to make any advancement. And here is a point he is making, that enjoined in the Manusmriti, which is guide to religious principles, are meant for reviving God consciousness in the system of Varnashram. Yeah. So sometimes we may think this reformatory ceremonies, we are now Krishna conscious, we are doing bhakti. So we are all beyond this Krishna conscious, beyond this Manusmriti and rules and regulations. No, not like that. Prabhupada instituted this society as the Varnashrama also was a very good focus, and he was saying also that this our brahmacharis, vanprastha, grihastha, sannyas, all of these should follow the rules and regulations of Varnashrama. Not that we become like karmi or karma kandi, doing whatever yajnas and all is prescribed in Manusmriti. No, not that part. We should do Navavidha Bhakti only, but externally we should abide by the rules of the government, rules of the country, like that. Okay. We should not consider ourselves transcendental just because we are practicing Bhakti Yoga. Yes, Mati, continue.
The lowest among human beings can be delivered by this submissive hearing process only. But unfortunately, they even refuse to give an oral reception to these messages. And what to speak of surrendering to the will of the Supreme Lord. Naradamas, or the lowest of mankind, willfully neglect the prime duty of the human being.
Yeah, so they willfully neglect. They know that Lord is there and I should do devotional service to him, but they will willfully neglect because they are covered by three modes like that. Yes, Mataji.
The next class of Dushkriti is called Mayaya Pahartra Shanaha, or those person who erudite knowledge has been nullified by the influence of illusory material energy. They are mostly very learned followers, great philosophers, poets, literati, scientists, etc. But the illusory energy misguides them, and therefore they disobey the Supreme Lord. There are a great number of Maya Yaprataha Janaha at the present moment, even amongst the scholars of the Bhagavad Gita. In the Gita, in a plain and simple language, it is stated that Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is none equal to or greater than him.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, so this here Prabhupada defined this Maya Aparita Jnana, erudite knowledge they have, and that has been nullified by the influence of the illusory material energy. So that is not letting them think about the Supreme Lord. They are very learned, yeah, that's what Prabhupada is saying. But Maya has stolen their knowledge. Basically, spiritual part. Yes, Mataji.
He is mentioned as the father of Brahma, the original father of all human beings. In fact, Sri Krishna is said to be not only the father of Brahma, but also the father of all species of life. He is the root of the impersonal Brahman and Paramatma, the super soul in every entity is his plenary portion. He is the fountainhead of everything, and everyone is advised to surrender unto his lotus feet. Despite all these clear statements, the Mayaya Paraha Jana deride the personality of Supreme Lord and consider him merely another human being.
Yeah, so this is what the characteristic of Maya Aparita Jnana. They deride the personality of the Supreme Lord. Okay, and consider him merely another human being. So this is actually explained as being Mayavadi. Okay, so they are considering that Lord is just like another human being. So these people whose intelligence is stolen by Maya, they are propagating this philosophy of Mayavad. Okay, that we have to merge in Brahman. So as I think we have discussed earlier, there is a difference between Brahmavad and Mayavad. So Brahmavad accepts the form of Lord. Okay, and they have a desire to merge in the Brahman. Form of Lord they accept. But they have desire to merge in Brahman. And they attain the Brahman. But this Mayavadi, they don't accept the form of Lord, personal form, and they have desire to merge. But what happens? they go to hell. Okay. So their desire will not be fulfilled of merging in Brahman. And that's why that verse is told, Aruhi Krichena Parampadam Tata Patantiyata Anadrita Yushimad Angraya. Anadrita means disrespect. They have disrespected the form of the Lord or the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay. So they disrespect the Lord. So that is their destination. Maya Aparita Jnana. Yes, Mati.
All the unauthorized interpretations of the Gita by the class of Maya Ya Prataha Janaha outside the purview of the Parampara system are so many stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual understanding.
Yeah, so these are stumbling blocks, even for devotees. So unauthorized books, interpretations, lectures on YouTube's what and all is available now. Devotees, if they think that everything that is speaking about Krishna is spiritual, then that is wrong. Okay, so there may be people who are not coming in any parampara, but they may be speaking very sweetly, very nicely, and we may like it very much because there is so nice background music to what they speak. So we may like very much, and we may think, oh, whatever feels nice is very good. So then what will happen? So it will create stumbling block on the path of spiritual understanding. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
The last class of Dushkriti is called Asuram
Ashuram Bhavam Ashrita.
Bhavam Ashritaha, or those of demonic principles. This class is openly
Atheistic.
atheist. Some of them argue that the Supreme Lord can never descend upon this material world, but they are unable to give any tangible reason as to why not. There are others who make him subordinate to the impersonal creature, although the opposite is declared in the Gita. Envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the atheist will present a number of illicit incarnations manufactured in the factory of his brain. Such persons whose very principle of life is decry the personality of Godhead cannot surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna.
Yeah, so this is the fourth class, Prabhupada is speaking. So, Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. So, those who have taken shelter of demonic principles, they are openly atheistic. Okay, they never believe in the Vedas. Atheistic means what? They are not believer of the Vedas. Okay, so Vedas, whatever they say, they don't believe. Okay, so like we have Buddhism. So they have rejected Vedas itself. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can see that Vedana Manila Bauddha Hoila Nastik. Okay, that is said. So Vedana Manila, they have rejected the Vedas. So Bauddha Hoila Nastik or atheistic. Yeah. So there are many philosophies that God can never descend upon material world. This is one philosophy. So they cannot give reasons why not. And then others are there who make him subordinate to impersonal feature. They say the Brahman is highest. But Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita itself, Brahmano hi pratishtha aham, I establish the Brahman. So there are so many things, but they cannot answer. Yeah. Yes, Mati, last.
Therefore, grossly foolish persons, the lowest of mankind, the deluded speculators, and the professed atheists, as above mentioned, never surrender unto the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, in spite of all scriptural and authoritative advice.
Yeah, so they will be given all the scriptural and authoritative advice by great souls, but they will not be able to take up to devotional service. They can never surrender unto the lotus feet. And what is the reason? As we discussed from the beginning, they lack bhakti sukriti. Okay. So they lack this bhakti sukriti. So because of that, they cannot take shelter. So now you may say, oh, Prabhuji, from beginning you are saying that they lack bhakti sukriti and they are not taking shelter. But what is the reference to that? So there is a shloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam which says Bhavapa Vargo Brahmatam Swakarma Bhi. Okay, I will show that shloka. So that is very, very important. Actually, we should try to remember that shloka. So in that shloka, we can see it says that how the living entity actually is traveling throughout the universe, but until unless Achyut Sat Samagama, until unless he comes in the contact of a devotee, he will not be getting the devotional service. Okay. Sharing the screen now. Is it visible? Are you able to see the Vedas screen?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. Okay. Somebody can read the translation. Okay. So it said Bhavapu Vargo Brahmato Yada Bhavet Janasya Tarhi Achyut Sat Samagamaha Satsanga Yarhi Tadaiva Sad Gatau Paravareshe Vai Jayate Ratihi. Okay. Yeah. Gangaputra, please read.
O my Lord, O infallible Supreme Person, when a person wandering throughout the universes becomes eligible for liberation from material existence, he gets an opportunity to associate with the devotees. When he associates with devotees, his attraction for you is awakened. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest goal of the topmost devotees, and the Lord of the universe.
Yeah. So this point I was saying that when a person wandering throughout the universe becomes eligible for liberation from material existence, then what happens? He gets an opportunity to associate with devotees. When he associates with devotees, the attraction for you is awakened. Okay. So this is the key point. When he associates with the devotees, then what happens? Devotees give him prasadam, devotees give him some holy name, they are doing kirtan, or he hears some lectures, whatever form of bhakti he may come in touch with. So when he comes in touch, his attraction for you, for the Lord, is awakened. Okay. You are the Supreme Person of Godhead, the highest goal of the topmost devotees, and the Lord of the universe. Okay. So this is the verse which I was saying. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam 10:51-53. So you can read the purport also to this verse. So it will be very, very helpful. Okay. So whenever you get time. Okay. Here it's not searching. 10:51-53. You can read. Okay. Any questions are there on this 15th verse?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I wanted to ask one thing at that time. Maybe
Yeah.
said, but we can just reiterate once again. Like we are these four types of people, the surrender is missing to the Lord. So what
Correct.
type of surrender is expected? Is it like the acceptance of Lord's supremacy or existence, like atheistic to theistic? Because the surrendering process is lifelong process. It's for anyone, like anukulyasya sankalpa till प्रतिकूल्यस्य वर्जनम and rakshasitva it vishwaso putrute varnam tatha and all. So these six types of surrendering process we know, and there is lifelong process of surrender. So basic minimum surrender, what is expected from them, like acceptance of Lord only, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that is said Shraddha, they should have at least faith. So that faith is described as Shastra Artha Shraddha. So means those which are devotional scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So they should have at least the faith that these are the scriptures which are bona fide, and the Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna is the person to be worshipped, and then he should be willing to accept a guru in his life, Vaishnava Guru. Okay. So that's how Bhaktivinoda Thakur also describes who is a Vaishnava. He should be worshipping Lord Vishnu, and he should be initiated in Vaishnava Sampradaya, or he should be wanting to get initiated. Okay, that is external symptoms. And internally, he says that Prabhupada also says many places they should be wanting to accept Lord Krishna or Vishnu as the Supreme Lord, and teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam as the teachings which are bona fide and that are going to take him to the spiritual world. So that should be the minimum faith should be there. And as you told, after that it goes, many things are there in surrender. So till the highest stage, it is there. Yeah, but at least to start, one should have Shastrartha Shraddha. Okay.
Adho
Like
Shraddha.
that. Adho means beginning, in the beginning. Shraddha one should have. What is that Shraddha? I just told. So you can read in Bhaktivedanta Sindhu, there is this definition given for who is a beginner of Bhakti Yoga, that is having Komal Shraddha, he has. Okay. So he is called Kanishtadhikari. Yo bhavet Komal Shraddha sa Kanishta Nigadyate. So then Rupa Goswami writes, okay, what is the definition of this Komal Shraddha? Like that. Okay. Anybody else have any question? What we discussed in 15 years or previous? Okay, I think everybody knows time is up. No questions, I think. Okay, so actually this verse had, I think, the biggest purport on Bhagavad Gita. This 15th verse is a very big purport. 4 types of miscreants, Dushkritana. So that's why we gave a lot of time on this. And previous verse are very important, 14th shloka. So we gave a lot of time for that. So wherever big purports, Prabhupada is giving focus, and there are a lot of things he is saying, we also give time. Okay, and then wherever the purports are short, we'll go a little faster. Okay, so I just took some time to explain some concepts. Like in last class, I told how the essential things are there, like Vibhuti of the Lord are source and essence. 2 types are there. So generally you may not hear, or this class I told through some example of this Pavlov and all. So should we do like this, or just we will do little faster? Because there are some time, stipulated time allotted for these classes. Okay, so for each chapter. So there are 2 types of teaching which is there. One is that we can just go fast and we may not go into the exact understanding what is there. And second type of teaching is that we can try to understand little deeper what each shloka is talking, how it is connected. That takes little more time. Okay, it may take some 10 hours extra. So how many devotees feel that we should spend some little time to understand through example or understand it little deeper? How many feel that is good? You can raise hand. If there are devotees who feel this is okay, then we can do.
That is only wanted.
Yeah, not everybody may not want. That's why I'm asking, because there is some time stipulated, and in stipulated time I cannot cover like this, like doing some little bit depth. Where we understand what the shloka is talking, and purport also little bit explain. Otherwise, there is another type of teaching where we can just go a little faster, and then cover the syllabus. That also is okay for me. Okay, so I
Go
think okay,
deeper.
some others. Okay. Okay, so those who have not raised hand, if you have anything, you can speak. Yeah. Kishore Madhaprabhu, unmuted, yes.
I'm
Not audible for me.
driving.
Not audible, Prabhu.
Prabhu, hello.
Yes, Prabhu.
I'm driving, so
Yesterday also you were traveling, Prabhuji, I think. Same time.
yesterday I was going to one place and today I'm returning actually, Prabhu.
You can plan a little bit, Prabhuji, so that you can attend the class.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
next time,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, you're saying something. You are saying something?
Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah, I have one question actually. So if you have time today, others on next session.
Okay, I'm asking something else. So if
Okay.
After that we can take. Okay. Somebody else who want to speak? Basically, you can say if this is going little lengthy, I can do little faster also. If anybody is wanting to say something, though they are raised and I consider you are okay with this, and it may take some 10 hours, 15 hours extra. Okay. Okay. Okay, then I consider I can go like this because majority are saying like that. Okay. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, you can ask question now. Kishore Madhav Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, like what we summarized in this session, that everything that we have to come and surrender, like everything we have to come and surrender. But once we understand, accept and surrender, after that point, what happens?
Once we surrender, what happens? Yeah.
Or he suggests that we should surrender to Krishna, right? We have to understand and surrender to Krishna. So once.
Yeah, actually that came in the. I'm not able to hear you very, very clearly, Prabhuji.
This is
Prabhuji, you can type your question in the group. I will answer there. Okay. Not able to hear you clearly. Yes. Surely, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay.
So already 5 minutes extra is there. So we'll stop here. Continue next week. Okay. Anybody wants to speak something? Madhavarana Prabhu, Jai Shri Mataji, or the hands are still raised? I don't know.
Just one thought.
Yes, Prabhu.
Maybe audacious one. Like as we know, the course is of 2 years. Saturday,
2
Sunday,
years,
right?
correct. Yes, Prabhuji.
And we have spent 2 months in holidays.
Yes.
So if we can, like as you said, we may need some more hours, 10 to 15 hours. So
yeah, Prabhu.
If we can take extra class, it would be better so that we can complete on time. It may happen that
but
it will take like some other things may come up. In that sense, I'm saying that if we can take, like with the consent of all the members, if we can take some extra time, 2 hours or 1 hour extra, like that, it will be better.
Yeah, I'm okay, but for deciding a common time and coming up with that, we'll take some discussion, I think. And how many agree with that? Okay, at least the thought you have given. So I request devotees to think about it. And then during the week, we can take a poll in the group or discuss the next session. Okay, because Saturday, Sunday is what is there of the course. Okay, so if I say 10 hours extra, na bro, so it will be like 3 weeks extra. Okay, 3 weeks extra it will be. Because every week we have 4 hours class. Okay, and then 3 weeks extra it will be like that. And then last NOI will not take the stipulated time. It will take lesser NOI actually, because it's a small book. Like Ishopanishad, if you remember, it took 22 hours only. Okay, so we can adjust with NOI without going extra. That is also there. Okay, NOI will take again 11 versus 22 hours. Same thing. Okay, no? Yeah, so then we'll have same thing Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Okay, so if it's okay, then we'll pause here. Continue next week. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all devotees for joining today.
Thank you.